extremely entrepreneurial, and I very often get the sense that he wants to change me to be more entrepreneurial as well. And I don't like that feeling, and I don't know what to do about it.
How is he trying to change you?
He says it. He wants me to. He wants me to be an entrepreneur like him, and I'm just not. I'm not wired that way. Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. We have some Airbnbs. I manage our Airbnbs and basically take care of the home, bill paying, and our two children. And he wants me to be entrepreneurial on top of that. And I just feel like, number one, I don't have the time, and number two, I'm not wired that way. And I just feel like he wants to change me.
What does he want you to do specifically?
Like, I do a little bit of stuff on the TikTok shop. He is like obsessed right now with me starting to do oh God, what is it called? I just had a complete brain blank out. Oh my gosh, my brain. I can't think of what it is. Anyway, just some more. He wants me to do basically content created God, I cannot think of the word. The generated content, where basically you just make a video for a company and then sell the video to the company, and they can do whatever they want with it, and you make X amount of money per video. Whatever that's called, I don't know why I can't think of the name.
It's called user
UCG?
generated content.
Yes, UCG. Yes, I cannot think of the freaking name.
Right.
So he wants me to be doing that right now.
Okay. Have you asked him his reason for wanting you to do that?
Yeah, I think that he thinks that I don't think that he views like my duties as the caretaker of the home and our children as like a real job. And he wants me to have a real job that's producing income, even though we have plenty of income. We do not need extra income.
Okay, but he's a sole provider financially?
Yeah. I mean, I do work, but I manage our Airbnbs, but I don't like get paid for that. Obviously I am getting paid for it, but you know what I mean.
Right. Okay. How long have y'all been married?
We've been together for almost 11 years, but we have only been married for 3.
Okay. And how long have you been a stay-at-home mom?
I stopped working when my daughter was 2 completely, other than, of course, like I said, managing our Airbnbs. My daughter is now 7, so 5 years.
Okay. Got you. So, have you told him that you don't want to do those things?
Yes.
And what was his response?
He wants me to do it anyway. He wants me to have that entrepreneurial thing and I just don't really have.
Squishy just popped.
Oh no.
Everywhere.
It's okay, I'll clean it up. Give me just 1 minute, baby. Sorry.
You're good. Okay. So, when you say manage the Airbnbs, what does that look like?
I handle all of the communication with all of our guests, all of our booking, any kind of issues that arise while they're staying there. I manage all of the stocking the place. I don't clean it myself, but I manage our cleaning crew. All of it, like all of it.
Gotcha.
I also pay like all of the taxes and do all the bookkeeping that goes along with it. So all of it.
How many hours a week do you say you give to Airbnb management?
Probably an hour a day, so not that much time.
Okay.
But again, I'm also taking care of our home and our children.
How many kids do
And
you have?
that takes an enormous amount of time. We have 2 kids.
Okay. And 1 to 7, and how old's the other one?
The other one's 14.
Okay. All right. What does your husband do for work?
A little bit of everything. We own part of a roofing, window, and door company. We do real estate. He owns another company called Receipts Group, where he does like SEO and builds websites for companies and builds call rooms for companies. He does consulting. We make plenty of money.
Okay. And when you first became a stay-at-home mom, was that a discussion the two of y'all had?
Yeah, we decided together that I didn't need to be working anymore. It didn't make sense. We put our daughter in daycare. She was sick all the time. We didn't need the extra income that I was making. So we decided together that I would be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay. And there was no kind of timeline established with that. It was just kind of like, this is just your life now.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I got you. And when you said,
So I don't know. Like, do I need to go and get a job now that both of my kids are in school? Like, I mean, then you have things like today that arise. My daughter woke up this morning with pink eye. So she's home from school today. But if I had a job, a full-time job, I wouldn't be able to be here. Like, it's not a big deal because I'm here. You know what I mean?
no, I get it. But I do think that's part of what's going on here is he's doing a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't perceive that you're doing a lot of work because your children are older.
Yes.
Right?
He does not perceive housework or taking care of the kids as work. Like, whenever I bring that up as being work, he's like, well, I'll just hire people to do that. And then that makes me feel like replaceable and like you don't appreciate me at all. And now you want me to do even more and you don't even appreciate what I do now.
Okay, what did you do for work before you became a stay-at-home mom?
I'm a hairstylist.
Okay. And you said that he wants you to do UGC?
He wants me to do UGC, yes.
So if you did UGC, that would pretty much check the box.
Yeah, I guess so. If I did UCG and I did well at it and it was producing enough money for him.
What
which
is it?
I'm not really entirely sure what that would be. I don't think it would be anything crazy. I would say he would be happy if I was generating $2,000 a month.
Okay.
Which is totally doable.
Yes. Yeah, it's totally doable. So that's what it sounds. So the issue here is there was no clarity around how long you would be a stay-at-home mother when the conversation was initially had.
Yes,
that's the main problem.
I believe so.
Right. So the main problem was there was never any kind of like structured like agreement on both ends. It was just you're a stay-at-home mom now, and it's like so forever, and there was no clarity given there. And now that the children are older, he's looking at himself working all day. I'm not sure how much you personally spend, but he's viewing himself working all day and then coming home and then being like, well, the things you have to do, not saying you don't do anything, but from his perspective, the things you have to do are easy.
Yes, from his perspective, I don't really do a whole lot. But truly, I think that if the roles were reversed and he had to do my job for a month and I had to do his job for a month, I think both of us would fail miserably. I really do. And that our work just looks different.
Well,
But we're both working. That's my opinion. Is that it looks different, but we both have roles. We're both working. Like, I'm not sitting at home hanging out all day. Yes, honey, I'm cleaning it up.
I get you. I get you. But let's just focus on perspectives here. So that's what he's perceiving.
Yes.
Is that he's busting his ass all day, and then he's coming
Yeah.
home and you're doing very simple tasks from what he's saying, right?
Yes.
So have you ever done? So you say you do TikTok Shop, right?
Yeah.
What was your reason for doing TikTok Shop?
Well, I just wanted something to do, really. My kids, like, they went back to school, so I did have some extra time, and I just started doing that with the extra time I had.
So you see what you just said.
But things have changed since then.
Okay, what's
Like,
changed?
Okay, so this is what has changed. I'm having knee surgery. What is today? Is today Tuesday or Wednesday?
It's Tuesday.
I mean, yeah, I'm having knee surgery on the 26th. So whenever we recently moved, well, we moved last June. And when we were moving, I hurt my knee. And anyway, I have to have I have to have an outpatient surgery done on my knee yesterday. So because I've had a hurt knee for the last year, that made all of my duties significantly more difficult because I'm having a hard time getting around. If that makes sense.
Okay. So I gotta be honest, love. You're not in an objectively bad situation, right?
No,
Because
not at all.
he even said that. Okay, well, we can outsource some of the duties that you have, so it's not like you're doing something else on top of everything else you were doing before, right?
Yes.
Have you ever done UGC before?
No, yes. But
Well,
not serious. Not,
Well,
I've never taken it seriously.
I can tell you from personal experience, because I've done UGC before, incredibly easy. The amount of
I
money,
know.
the amount of money
I
that you're trying to make, that might be 2 hours of work per day, if that. If
I
that.
know. I really should just do it. I don't know why.
It's
I
not
should just
it's
do
not worth the conflict, to be honest with you. Like, this isn't like a super fair situation, but it's not worth
No, I
adding
know.
friction to the marriage.
My stepdad does UCG, and he quit his full-time job doing UCG, and he's a 70-year-old dude talking about beer making machines.
Mm-hmm.
And he quit his full-time job, and he just does UCG and works, like, I don't know, 15 hours a week doing UCG.
Right. So it's very easy, right? So it's like, I wouldn't, in these type of relationships, especially marriage, you got to pick your battles. This don't seem like he's not asking for he's not making an unreasonable request.
I agree. I think I should just do it. I just wanted to talk to somebody else about it.
Now
And,
your resistance,
we're not
hold on,
like-
your resistance isn't wrong, and I think it's not like a party is wrong here. It's more so the problem that led to this scenario is not having clarity on what being a stay-at-home mom looks like throughout the course of the marriage. That was the main fault here. Was just not having clarity on that. But now, since y'all are like renegotiating terms, I would say just do UGC. Especially if he's asking UGC, that's way better than getting a job. Way better than getting a job.
No, dude. If he was asking me to get a job, oh my God, I should be grateful. You're right. I'm really happy for this because you gave me a whole new perspective. I should be grateful that that's what he's asking for because I have it really, really, really good.
Yeah, so give that a try and let me know what happens, all right?
All right, thank you.
No problem, dear. Have a good one. Who said, oh no, not a job? Yeah, that was a sweet setup. Sweet setup. But yeah, UGC. When I hear people talking about like they struggling financially, I'm like, just do UGC, bro. Like what? Especially if you're a guy. Women, it can be more competitive because a lot of women do that shit. If you're a guy, guys don't really make UGC content. It's like that's an easy lick. Easy lick. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So the amount of booties I see on my For You page, I gotta scroll past. Where did it even come from? Did you say do it on Amazon? Uh-uh. UGC stands for user generated content. That's what that stands for. Eva, did she piss you off? Eva, I felt like you was triggered during that call. I requested my free samples but haven't received them yet. Okay, I was sitting over trying to find the problem. These women are ungrateful. What's your thoughts on therapy? Yeah, people should do it. My critique on therapy, though, as an industry, is I feel like there isn't really good ways to determine. So I have two critiques. One is sometimes people are engaged in the type of therapy that isn't best for them. So I've had clients, most of my clients, I have clients who are therapists and I have clients who are actively in therapy. Most clients who hire me actively are going to therapy. Me and their therapist solve different problems, right? But I'll have to tell them to try something like a trauma-based therapy like EMDR and shit like that. And I would think, like, why didn't your therapist just recommend this to you? You know what I mean? Why didn't they just do that? You know? And then I remember when I was looking for a therapist back in the day, I was like, how do you determine who's good and who's not good? Like, I would look at therapist profiles and they're like, I like long walks on the beach and playing with my puppy Snuggles and dealing with my kids. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Huh? Fuck them kids. I don't care. Can you solve my problem or not? I don't care what your life looks like. So I was like, what? How does one determine who is good? And then what people say is you have to just try them. I ain't got time for all that. I ain't got time to have therapist tryouts in this bitch. But some are incredibly competent. A lot are incompetent. But that's with any career. Any profession. It's like the Pareto principle. It's like 20% of the people are like really, really, really amazing. And then most of them are basic. But that's not with therapists, that's with any profession. I remember I went to a doctor. I went to a functional medicine doctor one time. And I was like, it was an amazing experience. Like when I got a checkup, he just asked so many questions. You could tell he was really trying to solve the problem. And he made every other doctor I've ever gone to seem incompetent. I was like, oh, this is how a doctor should be, right? Like you'll have experiences with people like that in any profession where it's like some people are just outliers. Like you'll have a really good fucking waiter. You had a really good waiter. It's like that motherfucker is on it, right? That's just how it is. The vast majority of people are basic. And there's about 20% who really stand out and they leave an impression. I feel doctors go back and Google stuff. I've seen them Google stuff. They also hate when you do it, which I can understand. I can understand me being a doctor and then going to a patient. They're like, actually, you're wrong. ChatGPT says. That would annoy me too. But I've had a doctor Google some shit before. And I was like, hey, buddy, I could have done that. What we got going on? And then you'll hear stories of people who like, they'll use AI or use their own research and they actually diagnose themselves accurately where the doctors don't. My mother has had that experience. I don't think you would do that with like a really good doctor though, one who's really invested. But the ones who are just clocking in and clocking out, you know the type. They're just like, you can tell how they're engaging you. They're like, I'm just trying to go home. That type of vibe. Once I get that vibe from you, this will be the last time you see me. Last time you see me. I work in healthcare and we use AI for some things. I imagine so. Waited 4 months for a rush diagnosis. Right. I diagnosed myself one time. I had to go into the doctor. I had to ask him hella questions. He was like, good question. What the fuck you mean good question? Why are you not telling me this? Why am I having to pull this stuff out of you? Thank God I have a working brain. Yeah, you're responsible for your own health. I get it. But it's like, also, I would like that you be invested in solving this problem as well, considering it's your job to do so. Like, I do this live for free. Does it seem like I'm rushing people off the phone? Like I'm just trying to get to the next caller? Or does it sound like I'm trying to like actually solve the problem that they're having? A brain to investigate, not accept. Right. Right. More people need to escalate, complain about their doctors. Complaints go further than you think. Okay. About to bite into that chicken and waffle. You about to do it? I wish I could be there with you. Just to see you do it. Good, ain't it? Good, ain't it? Isn't it? My recommendation is to go out the country and get a full body scan. They will tell you what's wrong with you. Really. I had that chicken and waffle sandwich yesterday. It's like that. I might run it back today. I ain't gonna hold you. I might run it back today. I'm not gonna hold you. They charge you an arm and a leg just to get blood work done. The functional medicine doctor I went to, he charged out of pocket, so you couldn't use insurance with him, but it made a difference. It made a difference. You ain't had it yet, Maya? I hate to turn this live into an ad, but boy, do they deserve it. My mom's old gyno went to prison for performing unnecessary surgeries. Wow. Do women prefer male gynecologists? I've heard them say that. I remember being a kid being like, that's a weird thing to specialize in as a man. Yes, mine is male. You prefer a woman, Lisa? Okay. I've just heard some women say they prefer a man. I don't know why. I didn't inquire. I've heard that a few times. I don't know what the difference is. I used to prefer men, but not anymore. Why did you used to prefer men to do it? I feel like the men be knowing. I heard men are more gentle. Really? I wouldn't assume that. For a woman? Okay. See, I would assume a woman would be preferred. That's why it surprised me when I heard it. I consider that as a career, as a physician. I'm a male. So, W, what made you consider it? Remember, this is me. This is my child brain thinking this. OBGYN is the most dynamic field in medicine. Now I'm curious. Why is that the case? I know nothing. Well, I know a little bit about it. I've also performed as a gynecologist. Same shit. Open up. Combo of both doing clinical medicine. Hold on. Prescribing plus surgery. Okay. So is it like a challenging field? Is that what you're saying? You usually have to pick one or the other, either you're a surgeon or not. Okay. All right. OBGYN, you could do both. Got you. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know that. I'm more of a arm armchair doctor, gynecologist. It's more of a hobby for me. I don't have any credentials behind it. Anyway, if you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. I'll bring you up and we'll solve your issue. Don't you hate when the patients come with hair? Like, you got to shave that, love. You got to go ahead and wax that off. Then I will inspect it. That's how I treat my patients. They know how I get down. I need land and strip or scorched earth. That buckwheat shit ain't gonna fly over here. I can't see what I need to see. I can't give you a full checkup. Got too much of that going on. A baby to taking out an organ to doing family planning to regular clinic. Okay. I get that. So it's a very stimulating thing to specialize in. You can do a lot with it. That makes sense. A chicken and waffle was to die for. You just said 2 minutes ago you took your first bite. You devoured that thing. Sabrina, don't be leaving the live coming back in. You letting bugs in. Either you decide to leave or you come back. All right? Either you decide to leave or come back. Do not let the air conditioning out. I'm on lunch for work. The worst man I knew in college is a gyno now. That's the worst guy you knew? What made him the worst guy you knew? Is that Chick-fil-A, B. Gills? You ain't seen the ads? The hood going crazy, baby. I ain't seen momentum like this since the Popeye's chicken sandwich. We back. I'll wait in line for that bad boy, for sure. Why does narcissistic abuse hurt more than physical? Hold on. Why does narcissistic abuse hurt more than physical abuse? I mean, I think like psychological pain is more significant than physical pain. I would say that. Damn, I'm going to have to jump on it immediately. Player passing STDs, line disrespecting women, now a gyno. Yeah, I don't think he chose that field for the same reason that W was considering. He wanted more victims. Chick-fil-A better bring back the original chicken. I may swing by. I think you'll be happy with what they have. Again, people, if you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. I will bring you up and solve your issue. Oh, we had one caller today? That's strange. That's strange. For sure. All good, though. Sabrina, Isaac, what y'all got going on? Guys, just so you know, you can talk about your sex partners with your OB. What if your OB is your sex partner? Have any of you slept with your OB? Do any of you have an attractive OB? Hamburger, you had it? That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm definitely getting it again. I always tell my OB about everyone I sleep with. How many conversations have you had with him, roughly? How many updates have you given Sabrina over the last year or so? I need like a hard number. Did the lady attracted to her therapist come back? I forgot about Shorty. She did not come back. I vaguely remember that conversation. I vaguely remember it. But no, she never came back. However, I'm not going to share it though. Because she almost became a client. Remember Shorty who was dealing with Buddy and he was paying for everything, but he never tried to link with her at all? Did get an update on that. Can't share it, unfortunately. That's a hippo violation. We don't want to violate the hippos. So I cannot update you all, but did get an update. He is probably filing a restraining order as we speak. The therapist? Probably. Probably. Definitely happens. Definitely happens. Should you match effort and pull back or express how you feel? I would do whatever feels authentic to you. Can't violate the hippos. What about the rhinos? Neither. Neither. Got to keep the client. Even though she's not a client, she hasn't paid me, but I'll keep it low. Prayers to that lady, but I imagine it was not good. What a sweet setup, though. Can you imagine someone just giving you money and paying for shit? And there's no stipulations required from you? Like there's nothing you have to do? Right? Must be. That's almost like our previous caller situation. Very similar, I would say. It's like one tier above it. How men often do men get their junk checked? Not often. You get it during like an annual physical. You gotta turn to the left and cough. What do you do if you have a man that is very insecure and have trust issues? How is it manifesting? Like how is his insecurity manifesting? That's what I need to know. So y'all just be sleeping around not checking it? What do you mean? That's what you go to the clinic for. That's what you get like the STI test and all that kind of stuff done for. So yeah, you don't need your nuts checked for that. That's for a whole different thing. Ask W about it. He know. I'll tell you what, nothing tops a lie detector lady. Might run that back on YouTube. Lie detector. Yes. Lie detector. Y'all bringing back memories. Lie detector lady. I forgot about her. Buddy made her pay for that, right? Or I think they went half on it. They went half. He made her take a lie detector test. And she had to go half on paying for it. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know you can do that. I didn't know you can like hire someone to do a lie detector test. I had no idea. But yeah, making her go half is crazy. Like, you're the one who don't believe me. Why do I have to pay for this? Yeah, she also wanted to make her get back her car, right? That her ex-husband brought her. Because he didn't like that um, his name was on it or something. She stayed with him. I don't know. I told her to leave. But it's possible that she did. It was a Mercedes. I wasn't sure which one it was. Yes, ain't no way. So I'm assuming that none of y'all would pay. So assuming the person did not like make you pay, would you take a lie detector test if somebody was asking you to do it? Paying is wild. I agree. Don't know. Who remembers the price? Was it like 500 or something? Can't be more than like 500. Maybe it is. No trust equals no relationship. I agree with that. Especially with my cell phone. Okay. It depends on how much I care, but I don't like proving myself to people. Right. Well, plus, those tests aren't 100% anyway. Like, you can game them to save my marriage, maybe. That makes sense. Good business to be in, you think? Because I didn't know you could do that. So they're doing a terrible job marketing. I'm a person that values integrity, so it's like an attack on my character for real. I can feel that. I feel that for sure. If you have to do a lie detector test, just leave. Agreed. UGC lie detectors, I found a lane for, right. The previous caller can get polygraphs as a side hustle. Yeah, Eva, you didn't like that call at all. What bothered you about it? Because you don't like leave comments on every call. It's like specific ones that rile you up. So what about that call made you like jump on it? Out of touch and obtuse. Right. I mean, the checkmate, gotta be honest, the checkmate in that conversation was, why you do TikTok shop? And the answer was, I just needed something to do. Well, if you just needed something to do, he might be justified in thinking that you need to be busier, right? Said valid. Juanette, you better stop hitting that button. Need you to watch that thumb. All right, we got any last minute questions before I get off here? Since we're low on callers today, hopefully it picks up tonight. We'll see. We shall see. Any last minute questions? No? Cool. Okay. If you want coaching, DM me the word coach. If you want to watch these streams of these lives, you can always do that on YouTube. Link in bio. It's at The Signal Dating. Anything else? If you're new here, make sure to follow. I'll be live again tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll knock out some questions then. Hopefully it's a bit more lively. Appreciate the mods, appreciate the chat. I will see you all tonight. Y'all take care.